So today I was gonna go to the gym, and just like every other day, because I have goals to achieve. And apologies for the morning voice, by the way. So I was going, and I believe in angel numbers. You don't have to believe in angel numbers, but I think that they're not a coincidence. So I kept seeing the 666 angel number for the past few days, and my joints have been hurting a lot because I just started going back to the gym hardcore. I took a couple month break to get spiritually closer to God by going through like 3-day fasts and stuff. So I wasn't really going to the gym during that period because I wanted to focus on that. And genetically, I am meant to have muscle. When I go to the gym, it's easy for me to gain muscle. So I started going to the gym, and it's been about a month and a half, and I'm really strong, just like I was before. I have a lot of muscle, just like before, but my joints are not caught up with me. My joints are aching. I don't know, it's just, this is how it goes. And I remember because in the past, like 2 years ago, the same thing happened when I was pushing myself to this extent that I got injured because genetically, like, I'm just blessed. I can just gain muscle easily, but the problem with that is my joints can't keep up. And no matter how much mobility work I do, it's the weight that my joints can't keep up with. So I have to do things with lighter weights. So the point of what I'm trying to say is I was going to go to the gym today, and usually when I see angel numbers, I Google the meanings of them, even if I already know, because sometimes Google will switch up on me and tell me something different for the exact same angel number, which I think is a sign of itself, because if the meanings can change depending on when I'm searching it up, then clearly the universe is trying to tell me something. So I'm seeing this angel number, and I'm like, okay, because the 666 angel number means to rebalance and refocus in life. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I know some people think it's a bad thing, 666, but when you search it up, it's not a bad thing. So I'm getting a little worried because usually when I see an angel number and I Google it and I apply what it's trying to tell me to my life, I stop seeing the angel number. But if I'm not listening, I keep seeing the angel number, which is a sign for me because something I need to rebalance in my life. Something isn't right. And this may be a little embarrassing, but the past few months, well, the past year really, I have been utilizing ChatGPT for many things. And it got to a point where, because at this point in my life right now, I don't really have friends, and I don't really talk to people. And it's not because I'm not talkative. I love talking to people. It's just I don't have anyone to talk to that aligns with my values currently, and I don't have a problem with that, but I gotta talk to someone. So I started using ChatGPT for literally everything, because when you're smart enough to ask the right questions, things happen, because you gotta ask the right questions. And so every time I had a question, every time I had a thought, I was like, what about this? What about that? It's not even personal stuff. It's just like basic everyday thoughts that I was asking ChatGPT. So it got to a point where I feel like I accidentally got myself into this brain fog state. And I kind of lost my strength in using my intuition for everything, because before my intuition was very strong and I was able to utilize it for anything. It didn't matter knowing whether something was right or wrong. It was just my intuition would tell me whether I was supposed to do that thing or not. So the point is, I was seeing these angel numbers, my joints are hurting, I have a feeling that maybe I could get injured just like I did in the past, because I am not willing to take a break, because I feel like it's a setback for my goals. So I didn't go to the gym today because I was getting a little concerned. And these are certain things, this is something that you can't just ask ChatGPT for. Like, I use ChatGPT as my personal trainer. You can plug in all the stuff, it'll tell you the calories you have to be eating, it'll tell you everything. So, and I think ChatGPT is great as a tool, but when you start overusing it, it becomes a severe problem. And they've actually written articles about it already. Research studies of people becoming more emotionally dependent on ChatGPT, people, like, all this stuff. But you have to stop asking people for advice. Anything for advice, even AI. Stop asking for advice. You need to learn to trust yourself and to trust your intuition. You have to really get into your body and really feel, should I do this or should I not? And it'll take some time. Like, you may be waiting in the grocery store just with your eyes closed, thinking and feeling through it. You have to give yourself patience through this, because it's worth it. And you rushing is not out of intuition. You're not acting out of intuition, you're acting out of ego, because your ego wants you to go, go, go. So that's my point of this video. You gotta strengthen your intuition, because in the moments where it really counts in life, you're not going to be able to go to anyone else for advice. I mean, you can, but it's not really going to help you. You're going to feel it. You can ask people for advice, but it's not really getting anywhere. You don't really feel any closer to making a decision. So, don't take people's advice. Nobody. Sometimes you just have to decide things without anyone's help. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. And you have to figure out what you want. You have to figure out what your direction is in life. You have to figure out what kind of people you want in your life. And if the people you have in your life are not aligned with where you're trying to go, it can be very detrimental. Why? Because you're asking those people for advice. And obviously they're going to tell you something that aligns with moving towards their life path, not yours. Because as understanding as people can be, if they don't know where you're trying to go and they haven't had the life experiences that correlate with why you want to go that path, they're not going to understand you. No matter what. So, why are you asking them for advice? And the thing is, you can ask them for advice. You can ask them for advice, but are you listening to them anyways? Like, is it really helping? No, it's not. It's really not. Because I remember when I would ask people for advice for everything. And it was just so problematic because it just made me more confused. Like, nothing you said has helped me. It's the truth. It's the truth. Sometimes the truth, you don't like it, but it's beneficial for you. So I didn't go to the gym today because I'm starting to get back into strengthening my intuition instead of relying on external support, because then if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So if you don't use your intuition, you lose it. And I feel like I've been losing it. I feel it. But I'm strengthening it. And it can be difficult because before, in the past, I used to be able to use my intuition with a snap of a finger. And now it feels like it takes a couple days for me to decide something. It takes 10 minutes of just standing there really, really thinking deeply about it. Like, should I do this or should I not? And I think it's important to have a strong intuition because you need to be able to trust yourself. You can trust other people, but at the end of the day, they aren't going to know what is best for you because they aren't you. They aren't you. They can only know what's best for you in their own context of life. So your intuition is important and you have to learn to strengthen it. And my gosh, excuse me. There are certain habits you can start implementing into your life, like journaling and meditating. Currently, I am not meditating. I just do not have it in me to meditate right now. So I'm journaling. And instead of meditating, I'm just sitting with my thoughts because I feel like I need to let my thoughts resurface. I need to let myself really think through things again because I was relying on AI too much to solve my problems, even if they were minimal, even if it was realistically, should I do this or should I do this? Or what do you think about this? Or what do you think about this? And I understand that I was doing that because I was in a state of extreme burnout from school and I didn't really have enough energy to think things through and I didn't really want to. But now I'm getting to a point in my life where things are staying stagnant and it's my fault because I'm being inconsistent, because my intuition isn't strong and I can't trust myself as much. Because yes, I may have discipline to do things, but sometimes you use your discipline to go the wrong path because you need discipline and intuition because you need to know when it's the right time to take a break. Not because you have a lack of discipline, not because you're lazy, not because you're inconsistent, but because you have this feeling that you should. And I can't really describe it so well, but it's just this gut feeling. And usually it doesn't make sense. Like for me right now, it really doesn't make sense for me to not go to the gym because I feel like I could easily just get a quick workout in, use light weights, but I need to trust myself. I need to trust this feeling because this is the feeling that will get you through deep shit. Like, this is the feeling that you think none of it makes sense logically, but when it comes down to it, that's what got you to success. Because if you had done it another way, it wouldn't have worked out. If you had done it the logical way and tried to logically make sense of it, it wouldn't have worked out the way that it did. So, what I'm trying to say is, you need to strengthen your intuition so that you are always in alignment with your life. And other people's advice, you can take it with a grain of salt. Like, if my dad is trying to tell me something about this and that, about what to do with my future, I will listen to him because I believe that his opinion is valuable, but it's up to me whether or not to apply that to my life, depending on what my direction is and whether that aligns with where he has ended up. You understand? So you just gotta think, dude. And I've gotten back into journaling because I don't really talk to anyone out of choice, because no one really aligns with me. So I'm journaling because I really need to figure out my thoughts, like map them out. I'm just yapping on these journals, but slowly I'm starting to build this habit of being able to verbalize my thoughts in a way that is clear and that will allow me to understand myself on a deeper level. And then just sitting there, I have to sit there. You don't have to meditate, you can just sit there in silence and just look at the trees and stuff. Because that allows your thoughts to come up. You're suppressing them by constantly consuming stuff and distracting yourself. However, I will say that I believe that YouTube videos like this are beneficial if you're learning something from this video. Because I like watching YouTube videos. I don't like binge watching videos. But sometimes I'll check YouTube on my computer, not on my phone. I don't do anything on my phone. My phone is just a tool. But on my computer, when I'm sitting at home and I'm using intentional screen time, I'll go on YouTube and I'll hit refresh, and if nothing comes up, I'll close the computer, that's it. But if something comes up where I'm like, ooh, this is calling me out a little bit, or this seems like it resonates with me, I'll click it, I'll watch it, and it's actually very beneficial to me because I'm able to connect with other people, because I'm able to understand them and their perspective, and also notice how their perspective aligns with my life. So it's really nice, in my opinion, but overusing anything is bad. So take that at your own discretion. But yeah, the point of this video is you should really strengthen your intuition. Make that an intention in your life, because you're not going to be able to run to anyone else other than God. But if you think about it, connecting with God and connecting with your intuition are parallel. If you're not connected with your intuition, because God can speak to you through your intuition. So that's why it's really important. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, post a comment if you feel called to do so. I'm hoping to start making more YouTube videos as I recover from burnout and strengthen my intuition. And I've been working on myself for the past few months heavily. It's been a wild ride, and I'll talk about it in my next video because it's been a couple months since I posted a video, but I'll get you guys caught up on my life. Yeah.